Hey everyone! DreamWorks Kung Fu Panda joins the fight in Brawlhalla in patch 5.05. Here's what's coming into this patch update. From the Jade Palace to Valhalla, these legends of awesomeness have come to brawl in this new thrilling Kung Fu event. Introducing Po Epic Crossover. There's no secret ingredient, it's just you. Tigress Epic Crossover. The hardcore do understand, but I can't watch my friend be killed. Tai Lung Epic Crossover. Finally, a worthy opponent. Our battle will be legendary! Po, Tigress, and Tai Lung are new epic crossovers that feature custom signature effects, custom lock-in animations, dedicated roster spots, and 2 new weapon skins. In Brawlhalla, Po, Tigress, and Tai Lung mirror the abilities of Wushang, Asuri, and Mordex, respectively, and will be staying in Mahala after the event ends. Follow the dumplings to locate all of the Kung Fu Panda items in Mahala. This event also features Master Shifu. There is now a level 0. A new ranked map called Spirit Realm featuring new level music. Daily login bonus of 250 gold to celebrate this epic crossover event. A new Kung Fu Panda themed UI takeover with new main menu, character select, and victory theme music. And a new Kung Fu Panda themed game mode called Showdown that will be featured as the Brawl of the Week. Spar with your opponent in this close combat 1v1 game mode. Unlock your inner awesomeness and fight to become the chosen one as you punch, kick, and fight. Watch out for the arrow and throwing star traps. First to 5 KOs wins. Skadoosh. In test features, the Drop Zone dual map and Gravity Cancel visual effect test features graduate into the live game. We also updated the smoke trails and out of recovery visual effects test features based on community feedback. The smoke trail effects received a visual update as well as adjustments to the size and duration of the smoke clouds for better clarification during gameplay. The sweat beads in the out of recovery visual effect received a color and size adjustment to help better signal to players that they're out of recovery options. Test features are available to try out in the experimental queue and in custom lobbies with test features enabled. Please let us know how these new adjustments feel on Twitter and Discord. More information can be found at brawlhalla.com/test-features. This update also features some balanced changes. Here's Eric with more information.
The baseline reward values, which signatures are modeled from depending on their threat coverage, frame data, and utility, have been restructured. As a result, many signatures across the roster have received updates to their force and damage to follow this new valuation. For example, movement utility does not carry as much weight as it did previously, causing many signatures that dealt low damage or force due to their mobility or unique behaviors to often see an increase in those rewards, whereas other signatures that dealt high damage or force due to their stationary or simple nature often see a decrease in those rewards. Artemis Neutral Scythe, Down Scythe, and Down Rocket Lance have all received minor increases to their damage, gaining some value that was previously attributed to their floating charges or projectile behavior. Asuri's Down Katars now has slightly higher force and damage due to the likelihood of ground bounces from its low trajectory. The maximum charge time of Asuri's Down Sword has been adjusted to smooth certain effects. Bryn's Side Axe and Down Spear now deal significantly less damage, gaining less of a value bonus to rewards from their stationary nature and longer total duration. In similar fashion, Bodvar's Down Sword now has less force and threat coverage, gaining less of a value bonus to rewards from its stationary and simplistic nature. Caspian finds himself with greater damage and force on both side Katars and side Gauntlets, as less weight is carried by their respective movement and horizontal reversal behavior. Cassidy's Downhammer has traded some of its total damage for a minor force increase, given its diagonal knockback that often takes longer to score knockouts. Diana's Sidebow now deals less damage, while her neutral blasters have less force, as their respective longer duration and stationary nature provide less of a reward bonus in the valuation. Dusk's Down Spear, Neutral Orb, Side Orb, and Down Orb have all received increases to their force to better match their exacting threat coverage, with Dusk's side orb also now dealing slightly more damage. Fate's down scythe now deals greater damage and force, as its teleport utility accounts for less weight in the new valuation. Nash's neutral hammer and side hammer now have less force, gaining less of a reward bonus from their simple and relatively stationary natures. Isaiah's side cannon, neutral blasters, and side blasters now have greater force and damage rewards to better match their exacting threat coverage. Jaeyun's neutral greatsword has received a decrease to its force and increases to its minimum charge time and recover time to better match its large overall threat coverage. Jiro's side scythe and down scythe now provide greater rewards in damage and force to better match their exacting threat coverage. Kaya's side spear has received an increase to its damage as less weight is carried by its horizontal reversal behavior. Koji's down bow now deals less damage and force to better match its overall threat coverage. Koji's neutral sword and side sword deal less damage to better match their overall frame data. Mirage's side spear now deals greater damage, with less weight being carried in its overall movement and more consideration for its likelihood to bounce the opponent on a platform. Queen Nai's side spear and down katars now have greater force, while her side katars deal more damage. This increases her potential rewards to be closer in line with similar options on other legends. Onyx's down cannon and down gauntlets have received an increase to their damage to bring their rewards closer in line with similar options on other legends. Ragnir's side katars now deal slightly more damage and force, as its movement carries slightly less weight in the valuation. Ragnir's side axe, however, now has less force to better match its overall threat coverage. Sir Roland's downsword now deals slightly more damage to be closer in line with similar options on other legends. Scarlet's downhammer has received a decrease in force to better match its overall threat coverage. Sentinel's neutral katars and side katars have both received increases to their damage to be closer in line with similar options on other legends. The gravity-cancelled duration of Ulgrim's side rocket lance has been adjusted slightly to improve certain effects. Ulgrim's down rocket lance now deals less damage, gaining less of a valuation from its stationary nature and slightly more from its timing mix-up on charge duration. Val's down sword now deals less damage, gaining less of a valuation from its stationary nature. Volkov's side axe now deals more damage for both its charged and uncharged versions, as its movement carries less weight in the valuation. Lord Vrak's neutral blasters now deal slightly less damage, gaining less of a valuation from its stationary nature. Zol's neutral cannon and down cannon now deal slightly more damage, while Zol's neutral axe has greater force, since their unique behaviors carry less weight in the new valuation.
Thanks, Eric, for all the details. In addition, we've made some game improvements, like the Jotun Winter Brawl Ball map art was updated to help with clarity, mainly around the team walls. We also made some bug fixes, like we fixed a visual bug with the Chomper's Katar weapon skin, where it would flicker in and out at certain angles. This week's free-to-play Legend Rotation features Baraza, Mirage, Scarlet, Mako, Jiro, Isaiah, Dusk, Rayman, and Ember. Thanks for watching and enjoy the Kung Fu Panda crossover event. To see the complete patch notes, visit us at Brawlhalla.com.